הדובר הבא במושב הזה, עופר דורון, מנהל מפעל מבט של חלל של התעשייה אווירית מסוף שנת 2011. עופר שירת בתפקידי פיקוד שונים בשייטת הסטילים של חיל הים עד לתפקידו האחרון כרמ"ח אמל"ח של החיל. הוא בוגר אוניברסיטת חיפה בכלכלה ובעל MBA גם הוא מאוניברסיטת חיפה. לאחר השחרור היה עופר מנהל השיווק במבט טילים, מנהל חטיבת מערכות טקטיות בחברת נס TSG, וכאמור מאז 6 שנים ויותר הוא מנהל מפעל מבט של התעשייה האווירית. עופר ידבר על כיווני הפעילות של התעשייה האווירית על רקע ההתפתחויות הטכנולוגיות המאפשרות של התקופה האחרונה. עופר, בבקשה.
So I was having a talk about technology with someone a while back, and he said, "You really know how to define technology?" And we talked about that for 5 minutes, and finally he gave me his definition, and I like it. Because if it was invented after you were born, and you're still scared of it, it's technology. So there's a lot of that going on nowadays. It was invented way after I was born, and it's pretty scary stuff, and a lot of what we're doing nowadays has to do with it. People say new space, and they often mean small. I don't think new space is always small, but technological advances do let us make things much, much smaller than they were before, whilst getting more and more capabilities, more than we ever dreamed we could get for the price and for the size. New space is also business models, and there are quite an array of different business models that are shaking up our industry right now, not only in the US, but here in Israel as well. We're seeing that the new technologies cross all the boundaries. They're crossing the boundaries of different uses. They're crossing the boundaries of different orbits. They're crossing the boundaries of different sizes. And so we're seeing the things that we developed for CubeSats are suddenly serving us in GeoSats. And something that we developed for a large processor on a communication satellite ends up in a small 20-kilogram small sat doing processing that we never thought of when we actually started designing it. So the synergy extends to the technology, it extends to the teams, the engineering teams, the system teams, and it covers all areas of what we're doing today. The core business is still the small observation satellites. It's been discussed 1,000 times already today, so we've had a very interesting, challenging dual launch aboard Vega. Thank you very much for Knes and Avio, for ASI, for the Italian Ministry of Defense, for the Israeli Space Agency for putting their trust in us. It's been a challenging year putting those two together on the rocket, sending it off into perfect, super accurate orbits right on time, and then opening them up into IoTs and getting very, very successful results from both of them. You've seen images from Venus earlier on today. Those of you who attend every year know that this is the stage where I bring out some wonderful, interesting pictures, and I've got amazing pictures from OPSAT 3000. Unfortunately, Amnon asked me to shorten my lecture, and the Italians don't really let me show their military pictures, so I'm sorry I have to disappoint you on that one today. It's continuing to be a busy line in the small observation satellites. I say small because they're small relative to the big guys. They're very large relative to some of the new space stuff that we're doing and others are doing. So maybe medium is a better description for it nowadays. It's a busy line. There are quite a few in the integration line. There are quite a few more in the pipeline. Each one gets better than the one before it, so it's a constant advancement process in the technology and in the capabilities. We launched our first CubeSat this year. We've spent quite a bit on developing the avionics and the capabilities to do in-house CubeSats to the type of standards that we feel proud and safe with. It's not a trivial matter. And so this is what's come off of BGUSat. And for those of you who came to Israel to see nice, sunny Israel over this weekend, the right-hand picture is the one for you. For those of you who came early enough and spent the weekend with us, the left-hand picture is exactly the same place. This was taken on Friday, was downloaded in yesterday evening's pass. So this is the Eastern Mediterranean and Israel in Friday's storm, taken from a 3U CubeSat designed specifically for weather monitoring in infrared. So these small sats are obviously going into constellations, and we are working on a number of different concepts, developments, ideas, proposals, you name it, we're there for a wide variety of different uses on satellites ranging from several kilograms up to 100 or 200 kilograms. Very exciting times, a lot of synergies between all of these. It's an integral part of the way we work. We do some special stuff around the small sats. We've set up a special team of youngsters. They've got to be very young, they've got to be very aggressive, they've got to be very focused. They've got to do more about what they feel like doing and less about what I tell them to do. And we've got a few of those out there. And they're running the small sat programs together with all the technology gurus who deal in the wide scale technology. And probably the pinnacle of that is Space IL. We are set to launch to the moon towards the end of the year. Thank you to DLR for hosting us on the test you see on the left over there, where we did some landings on the moon. Well, not quite on the moon, but on a lunar simulator to test our landing legs. A lot of the technologies inside there have come from the nanosats. Others have come from the larger machines and from the general capabilities our teams have got across a wide scope of technologies. The Google Lunar X Prize has been stopped, but that's not a hindrance to going forward to the moon. The big hindrance is budget. We've sort of run out of money. If there are any billionaires in the crowd, we'd really like to talk to you. If there are any government in the crowd who would like to step up at this point, we'd really, really, really like to talk to you as well. I think it is time for the government to step up into this. It's a very, very, very important educational activity. And we have not forgotten about GEO. So we're doing a lot of work on GEO. We're doing a lot of development work on digital processing, on avionics, on smaller, meaner structures to carry out a wide variety of missions, some of them classic communications and others much more interesting, in a wide variety of different business formats. Those are not finalized yet. But the combination of small buses and advanced avionics have a lot of very interesting potential for all of us. וזה השלב שבו אני עובר לעברית ואומר שגם כאן, אני יודע, אני עושה את זה כל שנה, צריכה הממשלה לתת את שלה, ובלי התערבות ממשלתית, מהותית, לשימור תעשיית לוויינות תקשורת בארץ הקודש, לא תהיה לוויינות תקשורת בארץ ישראל. ישראלית. יהיו לוויינים זרים, עם כל הסיכונים ועם כל הבעיות. אני יודע שאני נשמע כמו טוקי, אמרתי את זה לפני 3 שנים, ואמרתי את זה לפני 2 ואמרתי את זה לפני שנה, ואנחנו במאני טיים, ואם הסוגיה לא תיפטר מאוד מהר, היא תיפטר לשלילה. אנחנו מאוד 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 קרובים, לצערי הרב, לנקודה הזאת. So, is there a big change? That one was the question you asked. I'm sure there's a change. We're definitely feeling it. We're definitely reacting to it. These are very exciting times. It's not just the technology, as I said before, it's the business models. All of the business models call for significant investment. My R&D budget has grown significantly, several times over in the last couple of years, to meet these new challenges. For many of the programs where we want to buy a stake at the table, we have to pay. Whether it's in R&D funds, whether it's for equity, whether it's for participation in profits, many different models. We need to find the correct models together with our customers, our industrial partners, and yes, with the government, in order to be able to move Israel along in this new era of fastly adapting space. I think we've got the toolbox to do it. I know we've got the technology to do it. We've got so many ideas, not just in big industry. You'll hear tomorrow in Ophir's panel how many innumerable, fantastic, not just ideas, but actual endeavors are happening out there. But the government's got to find its ways in this model as well, and hands-off will not work, and negligible budgets will not help, and we will get left behind. It's not just private money that can bring this along. So technology is going up, R&D investment is going up, size is going down, cost is going down, and the number of missions is going up. Very exciting times, great time to be in the space business. Thank you.